Hello there. This is Music Man 0150, also known as Gary. And yes, we are back again at Pastimes Superior Arcade. And today is May 31st, 2025, the eve of their official 2-year anniversary of operations. And as you can see, Melissa and I have been here since probably around 12:30, and it's about almost 9:30 in the evening now. And we just came across this fabulous game called Carnival. This is one that I remember when I was a kid. There used to be a restaurant called the Ground Round up in Warren, Ohio, and they would have this game in the bar area when my parents and my brother and I would go to the Ground Round for an evening night out. We would order food, and while we were waiting for the food or waiting to be seated, we would wait in the bar area, and they had this game called Carnival, and I am so thrilled that Pastimes has this. I can't tell you the last time I played this game prior to tonight. I just played it a few minutes ago. We were walking along to see if the big Space Invaders was available, and we were walking down this aisle. As you can see right here, that's the front part of the aisle, and there's the back part of the aisle, and we were walking down, and I spotted this game, and I said, oh, I gotta play this. I would say probably prior to tonight, I played this game probably over 40 years ago, because I think it was like 1978, 79, something like that. So it's been, yeah, it's been probably prior to tonight, like 45 years ago. Oh, I'm so glad they got this game. So we're just having a great time here, playing all the games. We ate earlier in the cafe. We had the usual, the hot dogs and the French fries and the milkshakes and the water and the macaroni cheese bites. And so we just been exploring all the games, and they added these few video games here in the mechanical aisle area, and Carnival was one of them, and this is another one that they must have pulled out, because I don't remember this earlier, unless I didn't see it when we walked by, didn't pay really close attention. But here's another video game they added. Can't tell what that title is, but it looks like a fun game anyway. And then there's the fourth video game that they've added. So my guess is now they probably have at least over 250 plus video games, maybe close to 300 if I count correctly. I didn't literally count any of them, you know, one by one, but I'm sure there's probably at least roughly 260 to 275 games here just in the video part. That's not counting the 350 plus pinball machines, maybe 400 pinball machines, and then of course you got the mechanical games over here. So anyway, we're going to explore a little bit more as soon as Melissa's done here playing Carnival. In fact, I might take another play at this game too before we explore more. So I'm going to try and cover as much as we can within the hour or so that we still have here. So we'll be back in a little bit. Okay, we're back again, and this time we're playing a mechanical game called Combat. And what you have to do on this one is there's a little, it's almost like the periscope game where you have to look through like a telescope, periscope type lens. There's an eyepiece that you look through, and then you have to try shooting targets. but it's more of a land shooting game, whereas Periscope is more of like a sea or water shooting game. And speaking of Periscope, I got to tell you that we were going to try to play it, but it doesn't work again. So I submitted the issues on the game troubleshooting web page. So hopefully they'll have it fixed the next time we come back. But this is combat, and then over in the distance there, if you could see it, there's the giant Space Invaders. We've been trying to get over there, but it's so popular that people love it all the time. So hopefully we can get a few rounds in it before the night's over. So let's give you a little overview of what's going on. There's the Jungle Safari again. We played that one. So we'll be back in a little bit with more coverage. Okay, well, we are back again, and now we are actually playing the giant Space Invaders game. And trying to do my best here with one hand so that you can kind of see the effects of the game itself. Melissa is the red laser and I'm the blue laser. You can probably hear the sound effects on the game too, because the speakers are right in front of us. And when you sit in the chairs, they rumble from the vibration when you're shooting the aliens. You know, we're on stage 2. And just to let you know, this is not a television screen. It's a huge video LED board. It's all comprised of LEDs that make up the image. It's probably very similar to those extra giant boards that you find at the stadiums. You know, when you go to a baseball game or a football game at one of those professional stadiums, it's probably something similar to that, only a lot smaller for indoor use. Whereas those video boards for the stadiums, they're probably about 10 times the size for outdoor use. That's why the image is so clear, because it's an actual video board. So we're gonna play this one for a little while, and then we'll be back with more coverage. So we'll be back in a little bit. Okay, this is Music Man 0150 and Melissa back again, and we've been playing a lot of the games as we mentioned. We just finished Space Invaders, the giant one, at level 31. Of course, we had to keep restarting it, so with it being free play, you can do that. But now we're playing Orbiter 1. It's a pinball machine, and as you can see, the play field has a little bit of a curve to it on the outside. So it almost looks like the shape of a bathtub. So when I first saw this game, I wasn't sure of the name of it, so I always described it as the one that looks like a bathtub. But it's called Orbiter 1, and I think you may have seen this one in one of my previous videos. But if not, this is it right here. And it's probably one of the easiest pinball machines to play because of the way it's designed. You can see a little bit of the curvature on the edge there. So when the ball tends to go down the middle, and if it misses the hole, it has a chance to go forward again, and you can hit it with the flippers to gain more points. And that's how you can basically say that this machine is probably one of the easiest ones. There's a few other ones here next to Orbiter 1. There's this one here. This is called the Q*bert Quest, which I didn't realize they had. Well, I played this one with the 4 flippers, because you could see there's a flipper going forward as normal, and then they have these 2 flippers that go to the side, but I wasn't aware of the title of it. So that's the one that has the 4 flippers, Q*bert Quest. And you can see right here the scoreboard is right there on the front, so that way you wouldn't have to look at the backboard. Well, the backboard does have the scores as well, but it also has right there. I'm not sure what the numbers stand for. I can't. Oh, credits, and then ball in play. So it's got 25 credits and 30 balls in play. So I guess people were playing it before, and either they didn't finish the game, or they just didn't realize how many players they put on it. So that's one nice thing about some of these pinball machines. They have the numbers right on the front where it's really easy to see. There's a couple more that have that down the row. But there's Melisa playing Orbiter 1. I don't know how many balls I had on it, but I maybe about 10. I don't know, because when I started the game, I don't know if it was in the middle of a gameplay or if it does have that many credits on it. So there's Orbiter 1. Coming down this way just a little bit, I'm not going to go too far. This is another game that's got a score or a credit count right there in the front, and score board on the backboard there. Not quite sure what this one is. Can't read the title. And then the one next to it is turned off because there's probably a malfunction. So they have that one shut off. But anyway, we've been here, like I said, we've been here since about 12:15, 12:30, just having a great old time. So we're going to finish out this game, and then when we go to the next one, we'll be back and share it with you. Okay, we're back again. We just finished playing Orbiter 1, the pinball machine that looks like a bathtub, and we're headed down towards Periscope, but we can't play that one this time because it is not working again. So I made another report to the game troubleshooting website. Hopefully they'll have it fixed for next visit. But you can see, if you could see through the glass there, they got a lot of the lights working on it now. So it really adds a lot of enhancement to the game. So can't wait till they get it fixed so we could try it with all the lights. So we're going to walk down towards the video game section again. And let's see what we can come up with next. There's the baby Pac-Man we tried earlier. And that one I didn't try because I don't know if it's still working. Video pinball's not working again. This one here is called Varcod. It's actually a mechanical video game. And it looks like you got to try, I don't know, looks like maybe a boat or a plane or something. I'm not really quite sure. Oh, we'll have to check it out. Probably the next visit we come, we'll have to check that one out. This one's NBA Jam. This is like a real basketball game, like as though you were watching it on TV, but you're actually interacting with the players. So that's a realistic basketball game there. The Asteroids Deluxe, the Lunar Lander. Pepper 2 is working, but it's very dark. And then we have Moonwalker. Oh, it looks like this one froze up. Yeah, it froze up. And Mr. Do is like the digger, or the dig dug game. And then we have, as I mentioned before, we have Buggy Challenge, which is still not working. And Road Blaster failed again. All we have is a green screen. So I got to make a report on those two again. So we're going to explore within the time we have, and once we find a game, we'll be right back. Okay, we are back again, and we did find another game. The famous Outer Drive. And I must say, Melissa's become a pro at this one. I say it's one of the easiest race games to play outside of pole position, because if you choose the easy track on pole position, that's a pretty fairly easy one to play as well. But here she is driving on Outer Drive, as we showed in the previous videos. But now you can see the progress that has occurred. There she is, driving down the road, and it looks like she's going with the fast speed, which isn't too bad. So I'm going to make a report on those two other road games that aren't working, and then I will be right back to cover more for you. Okay, we're back again. I made my report on those two games that weren't working, the Road Blaster and the Buggy Challenge. So hopefully they're going to get those taken care of. Right now we found another game called Afterburner, which you've probably seen in a previous video. And you can see Melissa flying a plane and shooting down the enemies. And right now it's what I call a midday sky view. And I didn't put too many credits on it because we only got about 15 minutes left. So we want to make sure we can get as much coverage as we can of the game. That's the sunset view now. Should be going into the night sky pretty soon. It's still the sunset. Well, while we're waiting for the night sky, I'll show you this game right next to it. It's called Upscope. And it's basically a submarine game where you have to shoot enemy ships underwater.
Players, time is now 10:45, and past nights will be closing in 15 minutes.
So we got.
We thank you for spending your Saturday here with us. Look forward to seeing you again. We'll bring you up tomorrow at 11 a.m. We're open on Sundays from 11 to 7, and tomorrow is our official second anniversary. So we hope to see you tomorrow for our official second anniversary, where we'll be handing out cookies and stickers with every admission.
There's the night sky.
It's 20% off our 1-year memberships. Again, pastime is closing in 15 minutes.
There's the night sky. Okay, so anyway, back on this up scope. This is a submarine game, and what you have is you have enemy ships underwater, and you're the ship on the top destroying the ships underneath the water. And don't really have time to show it to you now, but next visit we'll definitely try to get a coverage of that one for you and see how that turns out. And then over here, this is one of our other favorites, Spot. That's the one with the 7-Up advertisement. So we've been playing that one quite a bit today. That's definitely a top favorite. And then that one over there, next to Spot, right next to it, is called Kix. Q-I-X. Kix. That's how they pronounced it and spelled it. And what you do on that one is you have to draw a box and capture the color laser before the color laser captures you. Sometimes it's pretty easy, sometimes it's not. So there we go. Melissa just finished her afterburner game. So we're gonna try to fit in at least maybe 2 more, hopefully, and give you coverage on that. So we'll be right back. Okay, we're back. We did find another game kind of quickly here. This is the famous Burger Time game, and this was the one that I showed you when I was here by myself a few visits ago. I don't remember exactly which visit, but that was when they first brought it out, and I was real happy to see this one brought out onto the floor. And now Melissa is trying to make some burgers. It's tricky because you got to avoid those characters that try to knock you off the ladders or knock you off the ledges. So that's definitely a fun game. I've played that on the computer, as I mentioned before, but I think this is the best version. And then over here we have Rally X, which is now turned off. It was working earlier. I did play this one. Not sure why they shut it off. Well, probably because nobody was playing it, and being that it's almost 10 minutes to closing time, that's probably why they shut it down. Or something happened to it and they had to shut it down. So hopefully we could show that one to you on the next visit. And then of course you got all the Pac-Mans on this side. And then we have the Donkey Kong series. That original Donkey Kong hasn't worked for 2 visits now. Not sure exactly what went wrong with it, but hopefully they'll have that one up and running again. Then there's, let's see, down that way is Mario Brothers. They got a lot of neat games here. So let's see how Melissa's doing on Burger Time. Looks like you got a couple burgers made. Okay, let's try it again. pull-ups. Not doing too bad. Okay. Well, looking good, looking good. And just as a reminder, for those of you that may not realize this, but I mentioned it at the beginning of the coverage, this is their second anniversary, the eve, that is. Tomorrow is the official second anniversary of Pastime's Superior Arcade, of their operations. It's hard to believe already. 2 years they've been in business, and it's been nothing but 5-star ratings all the way. So if you missed out the weekend, you still got tomorrow to come for those that didn't make it. So with that, I think we're going to wrap up this visit for now, and hopefully we'll be able to cover more on the next visit. So again, when you come tomorrow, which would be June 1st, 2025, give everybody a thumbs up and a big congratulations to the owners and staff for a superior job in keeping the arcade in top performance for 2 years. And we want to make it many, many more years of great fun and great food for all. So until next time, this is MusicMan0150 signing off, and we'll be with you again soon.